My mom keeps criticizing my relationship and I don't know how to set boundaries without starting a war. I'm 20 and I live with my 41-year-old mom. We've always been really close, but over the past few years things have shifted, especially since she got into her current relationship. I've been with my boyfriend, who's 22, for almost a year now, and I'm genuinely happy with him. Here's where it gets complicated. My mom's partner, who's 52, has cheated on her twice. She decided to stay. I try not to judge or interfere because that's her relationship, even though from the outside he sometimes seems distant or detached, especially in public. I keep my opinions to myself, but when it comes to my relationship, she doesn't do the same. She makes comments that feel unnecessary and critical. For example, if my boyfriend rests his hand on my thigh or refills my tea or coffee, she'll say it's ridiculous, and that I should be the one doing those things for him. She's made similar comments more than once, and every time it leaves me feeling uncomfortable and slightly defensive. The thing is, my boyfriend treats me well. I feel secure. I feel respected. Most of my family thinks we're a good match, but my mom seems to zoom in on small gestures and frame them negatively. I don't want to fight with her. I don't want to attack her relationship or bring up her partner's cheating as a counterpoint. I just want the comments to stop. So how do you set boundaries with a parent you live with, especially when you still want peace in the house? Here's what I'd realistically suggest. First, address it calmly and directly, not in the moment when emotions are high. Pick a neutral time and say something like, "When you make comments about my relationship, it makes me feel uncomfortable. I'm happy with him, and I'd appreciate it if you trusted my judgment." Keep it about how you feel, not about what she's doing wrong. Second, don't debate the content of her criticism. If she says, "That's ridiculous," don't argue whether it is or isn't. Instead, respond with, "It works for us." Short, calm, neutral, no energy. The less emotional reaction she gets, the less reinforcement the behavior has. Third, separate boundaries from control. You can't control whether she approves. You can control whether you engage. If she continues, you can gently disengage. I'm not going to discuss my relationship like this. Fourth, avoid weaponizing her relationship issues. As tempting as it might be to point out her partner's cheating, that will escalate things instantly and shift the conversation into defensiveness rather than respect. Sometimes criticism from a parent isn't actually about you. It can come from projection, insecurity, or discomfort with seeing dynamics that differ from their own. But you don't need to psychoanalyze her to set a boundary. At the end of the day, you live there, so the goal isn't to win. It's to calmly establish, "I'm happy. I feel respected." I'm not asking for approval, just basic respect. If she keeps crossing the line after you've clearly stated your boundary, then it becomes less about misunderstanding and more about repetition. And your response can simply be consistency. Calm, brief, repeated. How would you handle it? Becomes less about a perfect comeback and more about emotional discipline. Boundaries aren't loud, they're steady.